You said you are upset about what is happening here in UK linked to the Brexit. Can you explain better what do you think, what you're feeling, what's your idea about Europe?
Well, people in Europe have the impression that we don't like foreigners. We British don't like foreigners, we don't want to be part of Europe. And that's not how I feel. And it's not how Lee and Jojo and Kate feels, and in fact most British writers. We feel the opposite. We feel it's important to be part of Europe. We like being part of Europe. We all read literature from other parts of Europe because that's what all writers do. And most importantly of all, we are really proud and pleased to have millions of readers who read our books in translation in other languages. That's great. And we're upset and embarrassed that our readers should be given the impression that we kind of don't like them, or we feel superior or different to them. That's what's upset us. And we're making this tour to go to our readers in these countries and say, we are not like that.
You say the train has already left the station. Do you think is there any action useful to stop or modify the current events?
I can't see any prospect of stopping Brexit now, or even softening Brexit. The whole political impetus, the whole political movement is towards a crash out. I think it would be a disaster. I think it would be very bad, but that's where we're going, and I see no prospect of changing that now. If there was something I could do, I would do it, but there isn't, I don't think.
Do you think you will have success with the French tour? Think about our society, which is reading books and quality newspaper less and less.
Well, I know what you mean. People get their news from social media, and sometimes the social media is irresponsible. Sometimes it's lies. Sometimes it's Russian propaganda disguised as, European news, British news, American news. And I think that is very concerning. But, our experience as writers is that more and more people are reading books. The world of literature is growing. For example, 10 years ago, we didn't sell anything in China. Now, in the last 2 years, I've sold 1 million books in China. So all of those Chinese people are now interested in reading our stories, and they can afford to buy books. And all being well, there will be more and more millions of Chinese people who get the habit of reading novels. And they will read The Four of Us, and they will read Balzac and Dickens and Tolstoy. So the world of readers gets bigger and bigger all the time. Although, of course, we worry that young people spend all this time on social media. People used to worry, people used to say it's terrible that young people watch television all the time now. These things happen, but if you look at the big picture, actually more and more people are reading novels.